Hello everyone, Treecks here and welcome back to Asterix. Last time we completed the first two worlds. The first world in the first episode, the second one in the second. However, we did a little bit more than that. We also did a traversing stage, World 3.1, which is actually used in order to access the next area of this game, which we're going to use to look for Obelix, our kidnapped friend. Welcome to Egypt in stage 3.2. And it's auto-scroll again. We only just did an auto-scroll stage in Act 2.5, and yet we're already doing more auto-scroll. Egypt comes equipped with the appropriate set of enemies, of course. Bouncing skulls being one of them. Scorpions. And some local soldiers. However, unlike the previous ones, these ones actually do drop helmets again, so it's been a while. But we're allowed to collect helmets again here in World 3. And they're golden and shiny, so I like them. Okay, split pathway here. We can get up this sandhill to get to a higher path. Not a whole lot of things you missed down there, as you can see. Oh, here we can summon our bard again. Mr. I play my music so badly that everything immediately stops dead in its tracks. Oh, and another thing I did not address last time. As you can see, these guys don't just stop, but they're also unable to hurt you anymore. You can pass right through enemies. They even become harmless. They don't just stop, but also their effectiveness of killing you, that also stops. Back at 2 health again. Knowing me, that's not going to last for very long. Also be careful for the auto-scroll. Last time we learned that I can kill you in one hit. Just touching the auto-scroll is enough in this game. Unlike some other platformers, but in this case we want to be careful for it. And it seems that was our christening here in Egypt. Auto-scroll stage done. The screen stops, the left side is safe again, and the right side becomes an exit. Ah, it feels good collecting helmets again. This time the pile's even bigger than us. So far, piles have been increasing the further we got. But Egypt is more than just sand, of course. The more important aesthetic in this world is actually the pyramid aesthetic. And yeah, the introduction to this world did not talk about getting lost in pyramids for nothing. These places are mazes. As you may expect. The acts that actually take place in the pyramids can be very confusing. So hopefully after all these years I'm still able to get through them. Be careful for the new types of enemies we find in here, like these fireballs for instance. They actually pop into nothing once they're at the top of their edge. Besides that, we also find enemies we found outside again, like the scorpions. Oh yeah, and these things. Oh, these things are scary. These guys actually chase you around, as you can see. Comparable to boos from Mario. And they really look scary, so I don't like them. Let's see where we need to go. I'm pretty sure this is not where the level continues, but still. Might be something we can pick up. I was expecting a little bit more than health. I wouldn't be surprised if I needed to pay that as a price before I actually reach the continuation again. No, I'm allowed to keep it. In fact, I can even grab another one. And this is continuation. And there's a 1-up in the wall. Thank you. Let's move on. Room number 2. And this is where the maze business really gets started. And this is also where the you're going to die immediately the moment you enter the room is going to start. And just remember, we need to go right through the wall. First real tricky business here in the pyramid. Trust me, there's going to be way more than that. And this is not going to be an easy place. Try to get up here. Because of the platforms being so close together, it's not per se easy. Uh-oh. Okay, there's a hole in the wall there. Leading back down again. But we're still alive, so we can climb back up again. Just don't go too far to the left here. And go right instead. Some random soldier in here. And another one. I'm pretty sure down the previous split is actually where we need to go. So I'm going to go here first. See what they're hiding over here. And sir, rude. Please don't do that again. Oh, this resets the room actually. Interesting. And that is something I did not expect. But apparently, if you go to the top over there, that actually resets you back to the beginning of this room. In that case, we know now not to go there. Instead, we need to go down here. It looks like to be an endless pit, but like I said, this is actually continuation. There's a 1-up all the way to the left. This is actually the continuation, however, there's no way to actually get there. You need to find yourself a switch block first. You obviously need to spawn some platforms. And that we should be able to find over here. We can look at the arrow over there, that actually indicates that we need to go there. But we also need a way to actually reach that first. Okay, here is... No, this is health. I thought this was already it. It's even further. Okay, be careful for this section. There's obviously going to be some grabby hands here trying to grab us. Every single one is going to be occupied on hard difficulty. On the lower difficulties there's going to be a little bit less of these guys, but still. They try to grab you, so be careful. Okay, here's some invincibility. I'm not sure where I need to use this, because it's a long way back. And the moment I actually reach this location over here, it's going to be run out already. So it did not really help me, but still. Ow! These guys are pretty good snipers, apparently. But this should be the block we were looking for. That actually spawns the platform in the lower area. So let's make our way back there. Stop sniping me! But at least this time you missed, so... It's a pretty long way back. But here we are. Here's our arrow again, pointing us towards continuation. But unlike last time, we've got a platform now, so thank you. Room finally cleared. And it is not even the final one, there's even more. Now, this is by far the longest stage we've done so far in this game. And be careful for falling blocks from the ceiling. Especially if you have 1 health, like I always do. This room is especially nasty, if I remember correctly. I'll talk about that in a minute. Let's first just explore the room normally. Because there's actually a little bit of a trick at the beginning. But more about that later. First we want to go down here to grab all of the hidden things. There's a green potion over there. It's actually going to be used on our way back. Because as you can see, this is a dead end. But we do see an arrow at the top left over there. And that is actually where we need to exit this place. However, how are we supposed to reach that? Now that is the trick that I was talking about. Over here in this wall is actually a hidden section. And not just a hidden section, it's also the continuation for the stage. Oh, how do they come up with things like that? And to make it even worse, it's still not the final room. Even then, the level continues even further. Okay, here's some switch blocks that spawn a couple of things. Don't ask me what, because I did not see anything spawn. But you can safely assume something did happen, so... might be able to find something later on. This platform, for instance, that might be something that spawned. I'm pretty sure that is indeed what it was. But okay, back to 1 health. Need to be careful again. Okay, 1 up. More do you have? Okay, both of these guys actually shoot at me. Yeah, they do, so need to be careful for both of them. Well, there's a lot of blocks here. Luckily one of them had some health, because otherwise I would have been dead now. Should be something over here. Continuation is actually to the left. This one just has a sickle. Let's go. Was this the final room? Answer: No, it was still not the final room. This is not just the longest stage so far in this game, it's also the longest one by far. Oh yeah, this is the room where this guy's chasing us constantly. Uh-oh. I thought the corridor went down a little bit more. Apparently not. But at least now I know. Not to make that mistake again. Need to go through the wall here. That's how we continue. And through the wall to the left over here. Do make sure to land correctly. And here's the exit. And this time it's not just the exit for the room, but luckily also finally for the entire stage. This one was just way too long. But it's done. And still time to play another one. Let's move on to Act 3-4. Back into the desert. The first desert stage is actually not auto-scroll. So now we can actually start enjoying the scenery a little bit more. Not being chased by the left part of the screen that is trying to kill us. But there's still plenty of other things to kill us here, of course. There's plenty of enemies. Like these wasps, for instance. They can come out of nowhere. Especially on the highest difficulty, I've noticed there's actually a lot of these guys in this stage. On easy and normal you don't see them a whole lot throughout this stage, but on hard difficulty they really went all out with these guys. They're pretty much everywhere. Come on, I'd like to play this game with more than one health for once. Thank you, Idefix. You go enjoy that butt, and I will continue on. Some health to the left over here, so make sure to pick that up. Ooh, platforms that actually spawn the moment we approach them. And that is something we have not seen yet in this game. Come on, there's way too many of these guys. One I can understand, but 3 of them... At least I survived, and therefore... This way shorter stage than the previous one is already cleared. Stage 3-4 taken care of. Let's move back into the pyramids, because as you may expect, just like with the other worlds so far, the aesthetics that actually come to the worlds actually alternate each other, and therefore we are back into the pyramids. However, this time it's actually a little bit of a different type of pyramid. As you can see, we have minecart business. And we can actually steer them around. We can hold right in order to go right, hold left to brake, and even go left again. But of course we want to go right. That's where the stage actually goes. Oh yeah, this thing. Almost forgot about that, but there's actually gravity in this game. We need to go full speed on the slope, only then we'll be able to reach the top. And yeah, using your punch move actually breaks your speed, so... Let's try that again, with no obstacles in the way this time. There we go. And be vigilant to get off in time, because as you can see the track actually stops at some point. Continuing over here. Let's get the goodies to the left first. Let's move back right. Okay, stop here, because there's actually a secret here. This is a switch block that actually forms another one. Right over here. Which you use as a stepping stone in order to get the secret over here, containing a 1-up. And now, let's continue. Next room. Because this was not everything, apparently. This room actually requires us to switch out on these minecarts a lot more. I'm not too sure why minecarts are even here, because I'm pretty sure it's not an Egyptian thing. Especially back in those days. The Romans were playing around with trains a little bit back in the day. Quote-unquote trains, carts on tracks. But officially, that was not invented yet, especially not by the Egyptians. So I'm not really sure why this is a thing. All I know that this is a minecart stage in a platformer game. thank you, Donkey Kong Country. Oh, don't you block my way. Is that really necessary? Okay, very dangerous split pathway. Don't go on either of them, because as you can see, both of them are a dead end. Oh, and speaking of dead end, here we go. Come on. Still made it, thank you. And that was it. Was that also it for the entire stage? Yeah, it was. A lot shorter than the previous pyramid, luckily. So we complete World 3, because here we have our special guest again. By Ra and by Iris. Hurry up! The Romans have already left and are heading for Greece. Edifice. Our introduction to World 4 is going to be comparable to our introduction to World 3. We are first going to do a traversing stage, and therefore saying a pirate ship level. The Romans are now fleeing towards Greece. So we need to cross the Mediterranean in order to reach it. So let's go see if we can find some more goodies up on this ship. Just like last time, I got hit by a catapult again. Thank you for that. They do really like hitting me in the water over there. And that is obvious. But what's also obvious is that we can't clear the stage from down there. And this guy even requires 4 hits to kill. These guys are getting more and more formidable. But anyway, we need to go up the ship, obviously. Just like with stage 3-1, we need to find a switch in order to spawn a boat before we can actually exit the stage. And that we obviously can't find below. Need to go up here. Because of this being a later stage, you can expect there's actually a lot more things to do here. The stage is a little bit bigger, but still comes down to the same principle. Just a couple of masts with some coins and Romans hidden. And eventually we need to find ourselves a point where we can hit the switch. Need to take this guy out carefully because I only have 1 hit. That is not something new for me. Ah! And I still end up dying. Okay, this plays a little bit faster now that we've seen most of it. Don't have to stay around for too long anymore. Still not sure where to go actually. Might be the top right of the boat again. That sounds like the most logical place where it would be. Come on, stupid spears. Yeah, indeed, that was correct. Here's indeed the switch. That should once again spawn a boat. All the way to the right. And just like last time, it's the only way to actually exit the stage. Just keep your hands ready on the A button, because just like last time, some fish are going to be jumping for us. If you timed correctly, they should not be able to touch you. Let's not go backwards. Let's get in the boat, move out of here, and reach the mainland of Greece. And that is going to be the world to play in the next episode. Thank you for watching. And Treecks out. In Greece you will discover new landscapes, mountains, the seaside. You will even be able to swim in the blue waters of the Mediterranean amidst the fish. But watch out for the fish, and do not forget that you are there to find Obelix. Oh yeah, that was what we're doing. See you folks next time.